sun has made a veil of gold, so lovely that my body aches. Above the heavens shriek with blue, convinced I've smiled by some mistake. The world's abloom and seems to smile. I want to fly, but where, how high? If in barbed wire things can bloom, why can't I? I will not die. The children of barracks L318, Terezin concentration camp.
At Terezin once, there were 15,000 children. Now there are none. None because the world forgot to love, but remembered to hate. At Terezin, many died. But from that rubble, that shame, that hate, a lesson lives. Stand not idly by plight and poverty and oppression, but love thy neighbor as thyself. A simple rule, a simple lesson, if we would only listen.
Channel 2, New York. Give Us This Day, your daily inspirational message, presents Rabbi Martin Levin of Los Angeles, California.
Most interesting letters ever to come from a child to a newspaper writer appeared a number of years ago in the New York City Globe. It was addressed to Frank Crane, if you remember him, and contained the request, rather unusual, that he write in the paper and tell whether or not there is a God. A man told me there isn't any, wrote the youngster. I asked the teacher, and she said she doesn't know because some people say yes and others say no. Mama says there is, but Papa says he doesn't know much about such things. Some boys and I had a debate about it, and we thought we would ask you. Dr. Frank Crane found the request very challenging and believed it deserved a reply. And so shortly thereafter appeared the following in his newspaper. Yes, my boy, there is a God. You can't see or hear him, but I will tell you how you can feel him. Did you ever lie or cheat, steal, or treat someone smaller than you rather cruelly? If so, you probably felt a hurt inside, some kind of miserable feeling in your heart, as if you were sick to your stomach. Sort of like having struck your finger with a hammer, except inside your heart and your mind. That was God that gives you the hurt. Have you ever wanted to do something mean or nasty, but resisted the desire, put it away from you, and instead acted honestly and fair? Have you noticed then a good feeling, a sense of inner pride and satisfaction? It is God that gives this good feeling when you feel you are doing things right. Have you ever looked up at the sky and remembering what you've been told about the vast distances between the stars and that there are worlds just like ours moving through space as fast as cannonballs? Have you ever had a feeling of wonder of how great and majestic the universe is and you are only a small part of it? That feeling of wonder and awe is a feeling that comes from God. A very wise man, Carlyle, said that worship is wonder, so that when you see anything that makes you wonder because of its greatness or beauty or mystery, you are really worshiping God, whether the object be the ocean, the mountain, or even a good person. It's not the police that protect our lives, my boy, he wrote. Only a few wicked people come into conflict with policemen. But there's something that holds every human being back from cruelty and things that are wrong. Something that stays the murderer's arm and causes many a woman to let herself go rather than be vile. That something is what we call God. None of us understands why God allows so many people to do wrong, but we do feel that there is something in every human being that makes wrongdoing bring some misery each and every time. The most important thing is to remember that God is not an enemy. God isn't a detective watching over us to punish you. Instead, God is a loving and serving force every minute of our lives.
That was Rabbi Martin Levin of Los Angeles, California. Give Us This Day was presented in cooperation with the New York Board of Rabbis. This is the seal of good practice. It identifies WCBS TV as a subscriber to the television code of the National Association of Broadcasters. This is WCBS TV in New York City, transmitting on Channel 2 by authority of the Federal Communications Commission. WCBS TV is owned by CBS Incorporated and operated by the CBS Television Stations Division. The programs broadcast by this station are for viewing by the public without charge and may not be rebroadcast, recorded, or otherwise used without the prior written permission of CBS Incorporated. Our next regularly scheduled program will come to you at 6:05 a.m. Good morning. Channel 2, New York.